Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to fix this door jamb here before we paint the house. And what I've got is I've got some dents and scratches in the wood here where my dogs scratched at the door to get in, and so it's uneven and dippled and everything else, and so I don't want to paint it and that show up. So we're going to fix that so it looks just as smooth and straight as this up here, or like that's going to be the goal. And so how we're going to do it today is we're going to use Bondo, just like auto body Bondo. Now I have to admit this isn't my idea. I didn't come up with this brilliant idea. Saw it on YouTube, actually. The Van Cooper Carpenter channel is who I got this from. So it looked pretty simple when he was doing it. So we're going to see. So this is my first time doing this, and I'll get you a close-up here of what we're looking at. But I got it taped off along this edge because I don't want Bondo on this part of my house, and I don't want it to get on the molding here of the door. And I've got some areas down below here that kind of got some spots I'm going to put over it and then just sand it and see, you know, you can't really see them, but you can kind of feel them. So I'll fill them up and sand them and see if anything really sticks, if there's anything there really to even work with. So let me get you a close-up of this and we'll get started. It doesn't show up very well, but right here you can see I've got it sanded, all the paint off, but you can see kind of the rough area there, and that the edge of the molding is kind of rounded off. And then some of these darker areas you see down along here, we're going to also fill along with that crack, and then sand this and see if this doesn't look a whole lot better. You buy this Bondo, I got it at Home Depot. It comes with the putty and then the hardener. And so the other thing I bought while I was there was a piece of plexiglass to mix it on. And then I just drilled a hole in here for my finger to fit in so I can hold it while I mix it. And I didn't buy their little spatula body tool. I'm going to try and just use my plastic scraper here and see if that won't work. So we'll give this a whirl and see how we do. And you can see you get a lot of putty and a little bit of hardener. So that right there tells you don't need much to make this harden. And from what I've gathered, the more of this you put on, the faster it's going to harden. I want a little more time to work it, so I'm not going to put a whole lot in there. Hopefully just enough to make it harden correctly. Put it on. The nice thing about this is it says it takes about 15 minutes to dry, and then you can sand it. And so I'm hoping I can get this done here within, 30 minutes. It's kind of got some settling on the top. I'm going to mix it around before I pour it out. Kind of has a consistency of sheetrock mud. Alrighty. I got this on here. You can see I'm going to make a hell of a mess. I can just tell right now. That should be more than enough for what I need to do. Put a little of the hardener on there. Alright, so you can see a little bit of hardener with all this, and hopefully that's not too much. So you mix this around. This particular brand, hardener was white. The ones I saw on YouTube, the hardeners were red. So you could see the difference. This is just gray and white, making more gray. Alright, let's see if that doesn't work. You got to build it up on this edge. There's a crack up here I want to get to. Boy, am I glad I put this tape there. Some of you that probably use this are probably looking at me going, holy crap, does he not know what he's doing? Because I have no idea how hard this stuff is to sand. We're about to find out, aren't we? It hardened already. That's it. I didn't get enough. So we'll let that dry. We're set up. And then I'll come back and sand and see what we get. Alright, it's been about 25 minutes. This is hard and dry. Got a little heat to it. So I've got my orbital sander, and I've also got a homemade block sander. And I think I'm going to try the block sander with the 80 grit and see how it works as to how hard it is to sand. Because what I want to try and do is get something really flat so that when I sand this, it's good and flat. I think I'll use my orbital sander to knock the big stuff and then come back with my block. Have to be really careful. It's easy to tilt this, and I'm really trying to stay flat. That's why I like the block sander. But it's coming down, but I can tell you right now, I got too much on there. And all I did was I just took a 2x4 and I cut it. I made sure I got square edges, a square face. I cut these just so it can roll if it needs to. And I got this one so if I want to go this way I can and it not catch. And then I just took some 80 grit old belt sander paper that I had that tore for my sanding paper. I think I'll go staple this paper on there so I don't have to keep messing with it. See if that don't work a little better. Alright, so I got my sanding paper on here. I just stapled it. I got the sandpaper right to the edge of this board so I can get right up here and get to it. As you can see, I've sanded most all of this already. This little crack up here, it's filled. I got just a light film, and I'll take that off with some 150, 180. You can see down here where I was worried about all these dark spots, they didn't fill, so I sanded that off. And right in here is where my big problem is, and that is flat. Well, almost flat. There. So I've got a void here in this edge, so I've got to put more on there, which that's okay. I had a spot down here, I got to fill a little more, and some of these edges. So I got to wipe this down with just some water, a damp rag, get all the dust off, and we're going to repeat. So, I mean, for a first time, kind of fumble through it. I mean, it ain't that bad. I mean, no, I'm not ready to go do body work, but I mean, for what I got to do, this is simply pretty simple. So, I'll be right back when I get some more made up. Okay, so I'm going to mix some more up. I got to do here, down here, and at the bottom. That's really all I got. So, probably about as much as I made last time, only this time I think I'm going to use a little less of the hardener and see if it gives me a little more working time. And this time I'm going to use a metal scraper and put it on instead of that plastic one. That plastic one didn't seem to work very well, so I'm going to try it with a metal one and see what we get. And I forgot to mention, this Bondo here is it says for interior and exterior home use. It's metal, wood, drywall, concrete, masonry. So there's different Bondos, believe it or not, and I didn't get the automotive version. Some strong fumes. Definitely got to work with this stuff outside, or well ventilated. All right, let's give it a whirl here. Starting to set up. That's all I'm going to get, I think. Yep, It's already set up. Boy, you don't get a lot of working time with this. So what I'm going to do is give that a few minutes to set up, and I'm going to show you a little trick that Ben Cooper Carpenter showed me on working with this stuff, and then we'll let it dry again and we'll sand and see what we got left. I think all I got left to do is really that edge. I think this bottom's going to be fine, the rest is going to be good. So let's give it a few minutes and we'll be right back. Okay, so the little trick that I told you about, it's not set up, it's not hard and cured, but it's getting there. So the little trick is you can kind of shave this down before it gets real hard by using your blade here. Now you got to be careful on this wood that you don't dig into it, but you can just go across the top. It's real soft and just shave it down. Makes for less sanding. I say you have to be careful you don't go, because I did that, and good thing I'm fixing this with Bondo because that's what I had to do. In fact, what I did up here, this is sanded and I had some around the edge and I did just that. This little bit isn't that bad to shave off after it's cured. So, alrighty, like I say, we'll give that another 10 minutes or so and we'll come back and sand. Okay, we're all done. I had to do it one more time, and I did one more time down here, but that's got a very, very nice sharp corner, and the same down here, and I'll give you a close-up. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put primer on here and let it dry, and I'm going to come back and block sand it and see if any defects show up, because I'm hoping it looks like it's never there before. That's what I'm after. So let me give you a close-up and then I'll show you when we're all done. Nice sharp corner. See, I didn't leave here where it's dark. No Bondo. A little Bondo there, a little bit there, a little bit there. And I got that corner also. Chip that out with the knife. But again, it's nice and sharp, like it was never gone. So like I say, we're going to primer this, come back, block sand, and see what we got. Okay, it's the next day. You can see I got that whole jamb primered. And today what I'm going to do is take a sanding sponge, a medium, and I'm going to sand this because the primer is kind of rough. But the reason I primered all of it is, if you can see right here, when I use that 60 grits, it kind of was rough and made some gouges, so I primered it fairly heavy, or tried to. And then I'm going to come back and sand that and see if it won't take some of that out. But here's the area that we repaired. And if I don't point it out, I don't think you could tell where it is. That's just a blemish in the primer. That's not it. I think it's right here. And the reason I say that is because it's a lot smoother in this area than it is anywhere else. But if you look, you'll be hard pressed to see where I did that. So one other thing I'm going to do is I got a level here I'm going to put on there and see if there's a gap. We'll go up here where I didn't repair. It looks pretty flat. Go down through here. I think the repair is right in here somewhere. I think it's right. It might be it right there, and I think there is a slight little gap compared to the rest of it. But without a level, you'd be hard pressed to find it. Right there, maybe it is. Feels smooth in that area. I'm going to say that's it. For a first time use, I'd say that is damn good. Okay, it's all block sanded. And actually where this light spot is in the primer is where it was fixed, because if you look now you can see wood sticking through. There's no wood right here, which means that's where that putty is, or Bondo. But you see, if I didn't tell you any different, you wouldn't know the difference. That's how good that looks. So this is my first time doing this Bondo repair, and you see it's got a little bit of a learning curve, but you see how easy it is and what great results you can get. So you can do this too. So stay tuned. I'm going to do the same thing to my front door. It's got some dents in it, and I'm going to Bondo those. That'll be another video. So if you like this content, hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you'll be notified when I bring out the next video. See you on the next one.